Hello everyone, this is a video about a small business basically. I've obviously got a little bit of experience in it with my one. Obviously I'm not a massive business owner, but like I said, this is my journey on hopefully becoming wealthy. So I'm showing you my steps and what I'll take, and there's a lot more businesses I've got lined up which I want to start after Christmas. But for this one, this is more of a, if I was, when I'm starting a business, what I look for and what I recommend you look for or look into and stuff like this. So number one would be a product what you would use. So like if the worst case scenario happens and the business didn't work out as such, that product you would use, or if not necessarily you would use a product what everyone needs. So for example, let's say we're doing a phone case and we're doing obviously designing a phone case or whatever. You know for a fact most people these days have a mobile phone. You can make obviously multiple different cases. In the worst case scenario, if no one ever brought any, you got Christmas presents, birthday presents, gifts, etc. what you can sort of use. So you've not technically wasted all your money. So yeah, I'd look at a product like that. Secondly, you ain't going to want that product to cost a massive amount of money, just for the fact of, again, if you can't really sell it or whatever your plan is, like I said, we'll go with the phone case again. If you're paying 30 quid to get this phone case done, you got to think, is someone going to pay 30 plus quid for the phone case? Because you're going to be wanting to make profit. Plus, if you're going to use ads and stuff like that, you've got to take that into consideration. So you want to be thinking, how much am I spending on this phone case, and is it going to be profitable as such? Like I said, this is another point later on, but I'll tell you it now anyway. So another point is you're going to most likely take a loss at the start. Maybe not a loss, I shouldn't say a loss. You're going to be putting money down before you're receiving any as such. Because like I said, you need to get that product in. Like phone case, for example, you're paying a supplier to get this phone case made, whatever the design is, let's say flowers. You're getting these flower phone cases coming in, and now you've got, say, 20 of them. Yeah, you don't want to overstock. That's the worst scenario. You don't want 20,000, for example. You with me? So get 20 in, and then with that 20, you want to obviously another one. You want to sample out. So give some samples out. Prove to everyone that the product is a solid product, is a good product, and it's worth the money. You've got to prove to people that it's worth it. You with me? Like, you could design anything, as long as you can prove it's worth the value, people will buy it. And I think people don't understand that. Like, you can have so many of one item, as long as a lot of people would rather pay a bit more money for a better product. So all these people who are getting off Alibaba, I'm not saying that's not wise. You can get off Alibaba, like try it. But you've got these you hear these stories where you get a product, they're breaking easy, they don't last long, like the colour's faulty or whatever. You can't be having that sort of, or you don't want that to be happening, because the problem is, if that's happening, you're going to get people complaining. It's all, to start a small business is all about word of mouth. I figured out, like a lot of our stuff what we've put out, we've had a bit of trial and error obviously, and if there is any faults, we try our best to rectify it, sort it out, or we end up giving away a bit of free product. But it's not the end of the world, because it's all word of mouth. So a lot of it at the minute is friends as such, or friends of a friend. So it's not too bad. Like if we get any, oh, this could be a bit stronger, this could be a bit weaker, whatever, we can adjust it and then also try again. Because obviously we do test everything. So we test all of our stuff, but people have different, do you know what I mean? Like different burners, bigger rooms, smaller rooms. So it all varies with our product. Like I said, there's other products what I'm planning on doing, and obviously I'll talk to you more about them when I'm closer to getting them into the line as such and making it work. But right now I'm talking about what I would recommend looking for if I was starting a business, say tomorrow, something I didn't know. So the first thing is a product that you would use or like you could give out for gifts. The other one, you want that product to be a reasonable price. Like I said, you don't want to be spending loads of money down and not 100% knowing you're going to make it back. Like it's different in a couple of months' time. If you know that product's selling really well, then by all means buy thousands of them because you know they're selling. But at the start, I definitely wouldn't do that. I'd buy a small percent of them. Another big thing, you want to build an audience. You want to build an audience up to help sell that product. You with me? Like say if you're doing phone cases, obviously a phone case is a very wide audience. A lot of people have phones and that, so it's a smart move, but then you've got to sort of make that product good. You need to make that product stand out. But you want to follow like phone pages and stuff like this. Place ads on them pages, message them, ask if you can post an ad. Go on Instagram, find a page as such with a big following, post an ad on there. It's all about finding the audience and all. You need that person to buy that product. And then, like I said earlier about giving out free samples, I feel like that's a smart move. We done that at the start, and now we've had so many people returning from that. Like I said, you give out a phone case is a bit more longer term than what we sell, but you give out a phone case which is a good quality, looks nice. Do you know what I mean? There's no faults with it. It's not breaking easy. That people talk about it like, oh, my friend does this, my friend does that, blah blah blah, and then it's one of them where word of mouth is such a massive thing for a small company, and I feel like having a page as such would benefit you massively, and just getting your friends to support you and get a phone case, you don't realise how much that does help. And then obviously, like I said, when that product's good and you're happy with that product, and then you can go further out to your own web page, etc, etc. Yeah, I think I've covered all the points that I wanted to make on this, but yeah, they're the things I would definitely keep an eye on when you're starting your own little small business. Hopefully it'll become a big business one day. But yeah, definitely the main thing is with the product, keep an eye on that product. You don't want to be overspending on it, because like I said, you ain't got to worry about the cost of ads if you know the product will either sell or you can get rid of it anyway. Like you've got to basically class this as a loss. Whatever money you put down for the product, class it as gone, because then that's the right sort of attitude towards it, because then anything coming in you're happy with. So like with our melts as such, originally I put down a couple of hundred to sort of get everything, and then now we're probably earned back over the couple of hundred as such. But even if when I made that first sale feels massive. Like if you had a phone case and you sold it to a friend or whatever, that first initial sale feels so good, and it motivates you more and more to push forward. So definitely start a small business. I'll definitely start one ASAP. Like I said, find a cheap product, or not necessarily cheap, but a product what is not going to break the bank, and a product what if you needed to buy in bulk, you could get in bulk. Yeah, do the research on the product, make sure you're happy with it, and make sure you could use it if the worst case scenario happens. And I'd definitely recommend giving out samples to everyone. I'd definitely recommend building pages, whether it's an Instagram page, a YouTube channel, a Facebook page. TikTok's meant to be massive. I'm not on TikTok yet, but I feel like I will be there sooner or later. But yeah, overall, I feel like you need to get that page up and running, find a product, you'll smash it. Like just get started with it. The earlier you start, the more time you've got to progress. You know what I mean? There's no point waiting until next year now, because Christmas is coming. You ain't got to put a massive load of money down. Find a product which is only a couple, say 20, 30 quid. Do you know what I mean? Get a couple of trial ones, give out, or even like I said, try sell one, give one out. You can try sell it without using it as such, but you want to sort of test the product and you want to prove to people that the product is good. And then that way, as soon as the product's good, people start coming to you. Trust me. As soon as you've proven that product is a good product, people will start coming to you. So you'll smash it. Go out there, find a product, start a page, start a YouTube. I wouldn't pump money into a website yet. I'd start with the pages, build the pages up, get an audience, and as soon as you've got an audience, that's when you want to get the website. Get the website going, rest is history. So yeah, good luck. I'll keep you up to date with my journey. Any little tips in that I think will be beneficial, I will post. And yeah, stay tuned for more content. Subscribe and like.